Welcome back to Probably Unlimited Games, where we had a very happy, deservedly lazy Thanksgiving holiday. And Matt spent Black Friday getting annoyed at the current optimization of Unreal Engine. Matt did proper FPS testing on IA Scatter now that he understands it's supposed to be converted to foliage instances rather than running at runtime. Converting to foliage helps massively. Unsurprisingly, using the tool the way it's designed to be used works better than using it wrong. However, it's still worse performance than Quick Scatter. This could just be settings though. Matt's heard that default Unreal settings are terrible for forests, but he's not sure what settings to change or how to optimize them properly. Add Learn Unreal Forest Optimization to the ever-growing list of things that we need to figure out. On the good news front, now that Matt understands more about landscape materials, he might have found a better one that we already own. It stayed in the 90 plus FPS range with no modifications in all the demo scenes, no nanite, no lumen, just actual optimization. Plus, it has much better documentation than what we've been using so far. Sounds perfect, right? Then he remembered why we weren't using this one. It hasn't been updated for Unreal 5.6 or 5.7. Matt migrated it to 5.6 to test to see if it still works, and it does seem to function properly. But the developer isn't planning to update it, and purchasing the upgraded version is way outside our price range. So we have a landscape material that works great, runs at good FPS, and has good documentation, but might break in future engine updates, which is what it is. Depending on how this asset pack works, we'll probably end up sticking to it rather than upgrading to the latest gen engine. As far as I know, the current engine iteration has pretty much everything we need, and it doesn't look like Unreal has anything major on the horizon at the moment. What are they gonna do? Add actual optimization? Do it, Unreal. We dare you. Matt also spent some time looking at Black Friday deals for Unreal assets. Unfortunately, he just seemed to get annoyed. Turns out, almost all the assets made for Unreal seem to target cinematic shots at 30 frames per second rather than, actual playable frame rates. Their solution to terrible performance? Frame generation and upscaling, which nobody really likes. How does that mean go? It's amazing how software developers have been able to wipe out the last 30 years of performance developments. Something like that anyway. Because why optimize when you can just rely on expensive GPU features to mask your shitty performance? For context, we're trying to keep the game running at 80 to 90 FPS in editor without relying on frame gen or upscaling crutches. This is deliberate. We want people to be able to play our game, and the plurality of players don't have latest gen hardware. But it wasn't like we really had anything in mind when we were glancing over the deals. Mostly, it was just seeing what's on the market. So, to recap, Happy Thanksgiving! But Matt still got some useful testing done, and I finished another house. That's what, like 3 of them now? Great work for the last 3 months, Tim! IA Scatter performs better when used correctly. Shocking. And there's a potentially better landscape material option that might work if we're willing to risk using unmaintained assets. The Black Friday asset hunt was mostly a reminder that the Unreal Marketplace is full of pretty things that assume everyone has top-tier hardware and infinite patience for 30 frames per second when they're playing a game. Steve and not Steve did not feast, but they never feast. They never drink. They never sleep. Such things are for when the game is completed. Then they will feast. Then they will drink. And then they will dream. Thanks for tagging along with us on our journey. We really are grateful to you all. Anyway, like and subscribe. It really does help us out.